All right, guys. So it's a week after LS Fest, and we're headed back to the track. We need to make more boost and run into the fives. I have a goal of getting into the fives with this thing in the 8th mile, and today we are going to try and do that. We've got a local test and tune at Firebird. It's actually a drift and drag event, so they'll be doing drifting and drag racing test and tune. It's early in the morning. We've got a lot to do today before we head to the track tonight. I want to get CO2 installed. So I have this CO2 bottle filled. It's been in the truck before, so I've already got a mount back here, right there. You can kind of see it. So we just kind of got to mount it and hook it up. The only issue is when I dug the tank and regulator out to go get it filled, my regulator is missing. There's supposed to be a nylon washer right here to seal this off, and I'm missing that. So I'm hoping that my local welding supply shop will have that. And if they don't, then I've got a plan B, which is an air compressor and an air tank to do onboard air. I'm hoping that I can find that gasket, because that's going to be the quickest and easiest way to set it up, because I still got to go into the Holley, test it, make sure everything works, kind of set it up, run some tests, and do all that. If I need to install a compressor and tank and wiring and all that, it's going to be a lot more work. So hopefully I find that nylon seal at the welding store and we can get it in and tested, and then go pick up the trailer, load the truck up, and head to the track tonight. So stay tuned, guys. We'll see how it goes, and I'll bring you guys along for the ride. We still got Roxy here hanging out in the garage. She's getting old. She's now 12 years old. She's moving a little bit slower these days, but she still shows up for work every day, huh? So I called over to the welding supply store, and I don't think they understood what I needed. They said they didn't carry it. You had to call like a regulator repair shop, and I feel like this isn't a regulator repair part. So I'm just gonna drive down there and, oh God. So I'm just gonna drive down there and see if they've got it. If not, plan B. So let's go see. All right, so they had some seals. These don't look like the seal that I remember. It might work. They kind of fit in here. I don't know, we're gonna try it. We're gonna see if it will seal up. Fingers crossed. So back home, and I think this is going to work. Let's see here. Yeah. I really need to clean off my workbenches. Oh man, you know, sometimes life just gets hectic and there's not time to clean stuff. So, but yeah, I think this is going to work. So, can't remember. Yeah. So I used to have I really need to put a ball valve on this thing. I thought it had one. Could have swore that well, obviously not, but it would be nice to have a ball valve between the regulator and the line going out That way, if there's a leak out here, I can just shut that valve off. Either way, we can shut the tank off. No big deal. Let me tighten this up and see if I can test this for a leak without it spraying everywhere. Got this thing here tightened down pretty good. I'll probably have to reclock it and get it in the truck, but I'm hoping that I can just turn the regulator all the way down and it won't come out the line. So, whoa. There we go. Okay. Can't hear any leaks. We've got about 900 PSI on the tank bottle. Just below 900. I'm guessing that's 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 900 PSI. We got flow, so I don't hear any leaks. Maybe I'll get some soapy water and check for a leak, but no obvious leaks. I think it's gonna work. I think I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Okay, so I wasn't recording that whole time, but grabbed some soapy water and sprayed it down, no leaks. We're good to go. So I'm excited that this is gonna work because that's gonna save me a bunch of time. I don't have to wire in air compressor, mount a tank and plumb it. But this is short term. Eventually I want to put onboard air on the truck because obviously this you have to take and go get filled. And if you run out or you're low at the track, you're kind of screwed. Yes, you plan ahead and try and make sure your bottles are filled before you go, but sometimes stuff happens and you forget. With the onboard air system, it's always there. It refills itself. It's free. You just got to spend a little bit more time installing it to start with. So, well, I'm going to get this bottle put in the truck. We'll get it plumbed into the MAC valves, which will be just a simple hookup right here. Boom, MAC valve. And then check for leaks on the truck. Make sure none of the lines on it are leaking. And then go into the software with the Holley, do a couple tests to make sure it's doing what I'm telling it to. So that will be next. There, we're done. And now you can see why I was hoping that this would work, because that was a simple installation. Now I just need to check for leaks on the system and do some testing. Okay, so we got the Holley set up. I've already went in and changed the parameters. So I don't know what I'm doing, so don't follow me. If I'm doing something wrong, let me know. So I have it set to dome pressure only. In Vegas, I was trying this boost versus dome, and it didn't really seem to be working. This is basically where you can set your dome pressure, and I have this is just something I just made up to test to make sure it's actually oscillating and doing everything. This isn't how I was running it, but basically you can run, say you want to do your dome pressure, but you want to set a max PSI of boost. The red line here is, say I don't want to make more than 21 pounds of boost, or I have it set up for 23 pounds of boost. So it will do your dome pressure thing, but if say 21 pounds of dome pressure makes 28 pounds of boost, it will hit that red line and then keep it at 23 pounds of boost instead of over boosting. I don't think I'm going to try that this weekend. I'm just going to go back to dome pressure only. Or let's see, it's this one right here. at least for the test right now too. So basically the way I have it set up, like I said, this is just a made up boost strategy. Basically we're gonna leave at 5.3 pounds of dome, and it's gonna ramp up to 21. And like, this is kind of, say you know where your shifts are and you want to soften it up so you don't spin when you shift. These could be your shift points. So if everything works correctly, when I push the trans brake button, they should activate. So you hear the valves going, see the little red dot? So it's active and it's holding 6 pounds of dome. We're commanding 5.3, so it's pretty close. Now when I let go of the button, it should follow that strategy right there. Well, and then it bled off. I always do a bleed off at the end just so there's nothing left in the lines. So that seemed to work. It regulated the dome pressure. It followed the graph. I think we're good to go. I mean, this might have been a lot simpler than I thought. I honestly was expecting this to take most of the day to figure out and get working right. But it's not even 9:30 yet. But we still got to get the fuel out of the tank. We got to go get more fuel and pick up a trailer, get this thing loaded. So I forgot to mention that in the last video, when we were in Vegas at LS Fest, I was low on E85 and I stole some from my buddy's truck. Well, after that, I had made a trip to the fuel station and filled it up, just pump E85. The local said the station's usually pretty good and it's usually right on the dot, 85 ethanol content. So nobody had a tester. We just kind of took their word for it, filled it up, put it in our trucks and hope for the best. Got home and I actually tested it and this is what I found. This stuff is sitting just below 70%, which is no bueno. So on top of installing the CO2 tank or onboard air system, I need to pump about 15 gallons of fuel out of this cell and replace it with some good E85 here locally. So I gotta go get fuel. Later on, I gotta go get the trailer. Then we will go to the track. All right, so I just removed just under 15 gallons of that E65, whatever fuel that was in the tank. And I did it using this siphon hose called a jiggler. And you can pick these up at Harbor Freight. I just went and picked this one up. And basically all it is a ball valve. And you stick it down in there and you give it a little up and down motion and it creates a siphon and it siphons all the fuel out. Much easier than undoing a line and commanding the fuel pump on and getting high pressure fuel spray everywhere. Those little jiggler hoses are awesome. Definitely recommend them. But so now we just got to go get some fresh fuel, pick up the trailer, stuff like that. So. I'm a YouTuber, dog. You going out there to watch?
I don't know. What time are you going out?
I'm gonna go home and load and go right. Yeah, it'll probably be an hour before I leave.
I might go if whenever chicken goes.
He said he was leaving around 6. trailer is acquired. And some of you might be like, well, Robbie, don't you own a trailer? I did. I got tired of it getting stolen, so I sold it. I didn't have anywhere to store it, and it got stolen. I got it back, and then I sold it because I was tired of sketchy places to store it. So now I just borrow trailers. All right, we're all loaded up, ready to go. All right, we're at the track. Look who showed up.
Hey, what's up?
We got George and the Maverick. You guys haven't seen this since he put a turbo on it. So it's turboed, blow through carburetor. This is actually my first turbo getting repurposed on the old Maverick. How did LS Fest go for you?
Went great, you know, just going quick. Getting warnings now because I'm going too fast. And I'm probably gonna get another warning today, but that's neither here nor there.
Part of that boost life now.
I saw this kit on this guy Robbie EFI's channel, and I was like, damn, I need one just like it. So I even got like the same carburetor and everything.
Yep. It's pretty much my first setup. He's running my MSD 6014 box, a little bit bigger blow through carburetor, my turbo, new wastegate, but pretty much the same setup. So
Same thing, just newer parts.
got the truck unloaded. Gonna put the rest of the fuel in it, go through tech, and see what they say. There's Mario. All right, so we had about an hour delay for an oil down, and they're just starting to pull cars. They do a certain lane for slicks only, and I'm hoping, it looks like they're pulling us, so let's go make a pass. So I can't data log. I don't know what it did. That sucks. But it felt good. I let off at the 8th and hit the brakes. right, so in case the GoPro didn't catch it on the audio, we ran a 6:09, so that's a personal best. Not by much, but still a personal best. Reaction time, I was kind of trying to get better, but it's not really that important tonight. So I'm going to leave the tune how it is and put my memory card in it and data log it so I can actually see what it is. So I'm not gonna mess with the tune. I'm just gonna run it back so I can get some data and see how much boost we're making. It felt a lot faster, but it wasn't that much faster. So we'll see what it's doing and go from there. George, you ran a personal best too, right?
Yeah, 11.3.
He went 11.3. He's teched at 11.5. They haven't said anything to him yet. So, but he's having issues. Yeah. He's having issues, and it was doing this in Vegas where on the shutdown, it goes super lean and wants to die and stall. Out in Vegas, he found that the screws holding the base plate to the body of the carb came loose, so it was sucking air there. We don't really have any brake cleaner or anything like that to try and check for a vacuum leak, because it did it again just now. It's not as bad this time. I'm thinking one of his push-to-connect fittings for his blow-off valve is kind of leaking, so we're gonna tweak the carburetor and kind of fool it so that he can keep running. But we're gonna get back in the lanes and make another pass. Hell yeah, feels good to be back in the lanes. Look at George. Give her a rest, give her a rest.
You ever think that your vehicle's hurt? Maybe just pull off some.
Hey, it's spicy, bro. Spicy. Hey, little homies over there. Damn, bro, that shit sounds sick. Because when your turbo's pulling up, homie, the little kid, I got the video, I'll send it to you.
Oh.
The little dude next to me, damn, bro, like, boom.
You got a video of the sideline?
Yeah,
of the pass?
I got a video. So
Okay,
I
cool.
I think his, but his came out a little blurrier.
Oh,
Yours came out good.
good.
And then I got the jet car. That jet car was fucking crazy, dude.
Hey, rear mount radiator's working. I can't get over 163 degrees.
I remember you were telling me at the shop. Hey,
I have the fan.
And that's after a fucking pass right there, my boy.
I know, I'm leaving it idling so it stays warm.
Homie over here waiting.
All right, here we go. It looks like we're gonna be racing George. right, so we slowed down because I forgot to turn the CO2 on. I looked down, we were making 10 pounds of boost. I had to pedal it because it spun, so slowed down everywhere. Went to 642. So we're gonna turn the bottle on. We're gonna go try it again. Oh, look at that. Another delay. It'll probably be the last pass we make tonight.
Waiting for the nachos dog while the track slows down, bro.
Dude, we're going to IHOP after this.
Hey, I'm down.
George is saving his car just for the ride home to IHOP. He's like, after that, I can call a tow truck.
You gonna give it all? You gonna give it all of it?
At IHOP.
At IHOP? Homie over here wanted me to record the pass, but I don't know.
That's the thing that sucks about these open testing tunes. Whole lot of waiting. There's another delay. Got debris on the track for something. Already been sitting here for like 45 minutes. It is what it is, but they're moving now, so hopefully we're up soon. Got kicked out. Oh, hell yeah! Woo! We got the 5, baby! Hell yeah! Fastest 8th and the fastest quarter mile. And I let out because I was on the rev limiter the whole, I don't know, forever. Hell yeah. Traditional post-race IHOP.